Hello and welcome into MFL with Laird. I am Andrew Laird, owner of, Empire FC, Liberte MFC, Sarpafasan FK, and a little contributor to the Patron Saints. Appreciate everyone coming in. I missed a stream last week, which I was furious about. I can't remember there was one day I was going to do it and something popped up and I was like, man, that's just not okay. And if you have been looking at my YouTube channel recently, there's just not enough MFL content on it. And I just wanted to take a quick second here to apologize for that. Much more coming because I've got a lot to talk about. And I promise it won't happen again, except I can't really promise that, but I'll do my best. Ahmed, Andy, and Thomas on the podium. Congratulations to you three. Thank you for coming in. Toby said Mata is still moving. Ooh, we'll get into that. Sora Burrow, what's up? Jimbo in the house. Hello, sir. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming in. The topic for today could also just be called stop your whining. But I wanted to be a little nicer about it because I was talking about myself anyway. But I was looking at my kind of results for the year, or for the season, excuse me, at least in terms, or not even my results, excuse me, the progression of my players, because I've kind of talked about this before. Like, that's my favorite part of the game, is getting players to progress. And I think one of the weird things that I have done is kind of forgotten why we want our players to progress. And really the reason you want guys to progress, I think for those of us who play the game as I do, in terms of, using not necessarily just buying and selling players, although, there's no hatred towards doing that if that's your thing. But I always kind of focused on the whole progression thing because it was the easiest thing to do. You can set up a team, as long as they train, as long as you play matches, like, you'll get some progression. And so it's nice to be able to have that kind of in your back pocket if you don't necessarily have good results. And I think the point that I had kind of forgotten about, or just never talked about enough, was the reason you want your players to progress is so your team gets better. And if your team gets better, then you become more competitive in the league and maybe you get promoted, or, you win more MFL because you finish higher in the table. You avoid relegation if your team wasn't that great. And I was thinking about how, at least the way that I had been looking at it, the lack of progression for some of my players overshadowed the success they were having in the league. And I kind of had to step back for a second and be like, what are you doing? Like, I was upset about a certain number of players because they just haven't progressed that much this season. And then I noticed that one of them was leading my team in goals. And it was like, oh, that's weird. Because I thought he was having a terrible season because he hadn't progressed. And there's nothing that I can do specifically in order to ensure progression. There's nothing any of us can do. We can certainly put our players in better situations for that progression, but ultimately we have no idea how they're going to progress. And so what we can do is kind of continue to play them in what we consider good situations and just hope for some results there. And so I was going to go through a few players here because that's just what I do here. So I wanted to start off on Empire FC, which is like my main team. And the reason I want to do that is because that's the team of my own players that I care about the most. It's my highest rated players that made sense in Spark. And because the players are a little better than Spark, than a lot of Spark teams are, like, as you can see here, I'm currently second in the table, Spark League 66. I have one game left. It's against the 11th place team. If I win, I will go into the second place playoff to get promoted to Ice. And if I draw and Sutton St. James, shout out to Sean Thorpe, if they win, then I'm going to be third. And then I have that 17 game promotion playoff that you'd have to go through, an absolute gauntlet for those of you who don't see it. So I'm hoping to win today so that I can get to that second place, and then it's just one game and hopefully I get promoted. But And what I was kind of saying before, this is the team that I care about the most. But you'll notice that, from my from all the players in my club, Stuart Freeman's my highest rated player. This Coyote Udo, Raphael Porter, Engelbert Engelhart, and Gerard Hendricks. These are the 5 top players in my agency, and none of them play for any of my clubs. And part of the reason why I really want Empire to get promoted is so I can justify those players in my club. And they'll probably earn me more MFL elsewhere, but I just like the idea of having them. So what I was doing recently was just kind of like looking at the progression of my players. And I do this multiple times a day because I'm just like you guys. We're all just progression sickos. And so the way that the timing works out for me, the training happens while I'm sleeping for the most part. And so when I wake up, I can check to see how well my players have performed. And then after matches, and all of my league matches are 2:25 p.m. local time. So I basically check it twice a day. And so what I was doing was, I'll just do my progression and I'll come in, do the custom 8 hours. I'm like, oh, what happened yesterday? And I see this guy, I don't know what his first name is, Nestor Juncos, probably Juncos actually, since he's Argentine. Got a +1 in passing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I'm like, oh, wait, but that's one of Jack's players, Jack Daniels. And you'll see that I actually have a few Jack Daniels players. And then I have this, is it Hendrick? Hans Dieter Bertram, excuse me. And I'm like, oh, he's got a +1 in dribbling. Great. And I'm like, oh, wait, White House 88. So that's not one of my players either. And the reason why I got some of these guys is because I think those Jack and White House were looking for just places for those guys to play. They're on 0%. It was very generous of those guys to get them to me because, as you'll see, if I sort by the by overall rating, like 3 of the top 5 highest rated players are not even mine. And this John Byrne I got in the pack drop last week. And I was actually furious about it, but we'll get into that in a second. And as Jimbo said, yeah, no more training for a few weeks, which is it's just killer. Toby said progression degens. Yeah. Anyway, so we kind of forget, and I kind of feel like I tell people this. I'm like, you're going to check it every day, multiple times a day. And I remember that was one of the first things that Trust the Process, when I did the show with Trust the Process, and he was like, I check it all the time. And I mean, when you have 1,000 players, I'm sure it looks a little more fun. In fact, let's go do that. Let's see what I think he's in my network. So he's up to 1,386 players. So I imagine like when he logs in the morning, he's like, oh, let me just check my progression overnight. I don't even know if this loads because there's so many players. But we can sit here and wait together. 2 weeks of no training hurts. Is it really 2 full weeks? My God. Anyway, so you look at his progression and you're just like, oh, what did you get? And it's like, oh, he got all of these +1s today. And you're like, wow, that's so many. And then you're like, well, he has so many players. So of course he's going to have a lot. And he's got 4 that have grown +2 in the last week. But there's no reason for me to compare my team, since I just don't have that many players, particularly when I'm looking at a single team of these guys. And so the way I set up this team was supposed to be everyone between 60 and whatever the top was. Fam ended up being the highest. I'm not sure if he's progressed this year, has he? No. But I play him all the time. And so what I did was kind of have a reality check of, have I had good progression this season? And I think the answer is generally yes. This Mancia guy I got from Trust the Process. It was Mancia, Lyons, and Laird, amongst a few others, and they've all gotten positive ones. Mancia is actually up +2. No change in pace, but +4 in dribbling, +3 in shooting, +2 defending, +4 in physical. But he's the only one who's gone up +2. Ryu and Bertram are not my players. Neither is Juncos or Morley. In fact, Morley, oops, sorry, hold on, that's not what I wanted to check. Morley was somebody else's. They must have sold that card, or that player, excuse me. Who? Oh, Rob C. That's right. That's who I sold it to. or that's who I got Morley from. And that was another one that was just like, hey, can you train them? And it was like, sure. And so actually, that's the entire list. These are all the guys who have had at least +1 this season. It's only one guy that's +2. So of my own players, it's like Mancia, Byrne, who I got at the pack drop last week, Lyons, Stelmach, and Laird, who was not mine until today. And so I started looking at kind of everyone else, and I'm like, man, they're just like not progressing that much. I have this Torres guy who has had no progression in any stat this year, and neither has Pierce Flynn, excuse me. And hold on, where was the other one? And Nuno Pinto here was a +1 in dribbling for the entire season. And the reason I bring this up, and Samardzic here, is because what I hadn't done in a while, and what I did yesterday before I decided what I wanted to talk about today, was I was like, how are these guys performing this year? Now, let me just go back for a quick second and remind everyone that I'm in second in the league. And basically, one of the big problems that I see with these guys is just, they could. Where's Pinto? Here he is. When you go to their player page and you're trying to figure out, are they doing well? And this is what I see a lot. Nuno would benefit from facing stronger opposition in matches. And that's what's going to happen when you're near the top of your league. Because generally, if you're near the top of the league, that means a lot of the teams that you are playing are not as good as yours. And so, and particularly the bottom of this league is quite bad. And so, as you see here, like 9th through 12th have 4 wins on the season. And I say that as I'm facing one of them today. And now I'm extremely nervous about me jinxing it and blowing this second place finish. I wish I hadn't said that anyway. But you can see it's kind of like a big drop. This Tulsa MFC just ran away with the league. Empire and Sutton St. James were kind of second. And then there's like a 4th through 6th, 8-point difference. Maybe it's really 4th was on 40 points, and then 5th, 6th, 7th, 32, 32, 31. And then it's a significant drop off. And given that I play these teams 10 times, yeah, it's understandable that I'm not going to get, optimal opponents while trying to get, XP up. And so I was like, but how have they done this season? And I do what we all do. I actually didn't even go by rating, but I probably should. But I just went to goals. And I'm like, what's the deal here? And I saw that Pinto had 16 goals and 8 assists in 19 games. And I was like, man, he has not progressed more than a +1 in, I don't even remember what it was, dribbling this season. This is it. But he's leading me in goals, and he's he's second in assists. Actually, I wonder where he is on the league table. The guy at Tulsa, as you can see, scored 106 goals this season. I've scored 58. But there's Pinto right there. 6th highest scorer in the league. Do I have anyone here? No. Wait a minute. Mancia, maybe that was a cup game. I don't know. But I was like, all right, that's great. And Pierce Flynn here, who feels like a bit of a cheat code every time he plays. Like you watch him and you're just like, oh man, he looks good, which is funny because it's just a very fast dot on the screen. 85 pace for a 21-year-old striker. He has 13 goals and 1 assist in 13 matches. And the only reason why he doesn't play more is because I play this guy, Ian Lyons, who has 12 goals and 7 assists and also hasn't budged this season. Just nothing. I got Lyons in that deal with Trust the Process as well. And so, but I was like, hey, I'm near the top of my league, and why am I complaining about the lack of progression? Mancia here is the one who has progressed the most. He's the +2 for the season, 7.8 rating this season. Flynn and Pinto, 7.7. Like they've been my best players. And yeah, they haven't progressed that much, but they've also helped me get to second in the league. I believe I was projected first, which frankly, dropping from first to second doesn't seem so bad when I think about it. Tulsa was projected third and ran away with the league. But it's like, yeah, don't be so dramatic with the progression, because ultimately the reason we want progression is so that these players get better. But if they're already performing at a very high level, how much can we really ask for? And I'm not avoiding this Philip Burke, but I was until just now. But Burke was a player, is not my player. He's Samurai 205 here. Was I don't remember if Sam got him in the pack drop or something. He was like, I don't have a place to put him. Can anybody have like put this guy on a team? And I had already filled up my 3 spots for Sarpafasan and Empire, and I was like, I'll play it, I'll take him, but I'm not going to play him. And then I actually had I played, I think, the last place team recently, and I had a cup game the next day, or maybe the same day. And so I did like a mass rotation, or as much of a mass rotation as I could. And he played, and he had 2 goals and an assist in an 8-0 win. That was the biggest win I've had all season. And he was awesome, but he's by far the lowest rated. But he's, thriving in training, but he's not going to play. But yeah, so like that's how I was kind of like looking at this team of, man, I wish these guys would progress more, and ultimately they're doing what they should be doing, or they're doing maybe more than they're doing by actually performing well. And it's funny, I was watching some of Nepentez's videos recently, and it's really a conversation that a lot of people are having, either in the MFL Discord or the Wendirk Cast Discord, or in my Patreon Discord. If anyone wants to join that, patreon.com/Andrew M. Laird can join us for as little as $5. And if you're interested in getting into MFL, somehow watching this for 20 minutes and not signed up, there's a referral link in the description below. Help support me and gets you a free common player after you spend $25 from the store. Anyway, so I was looking through the attributes of my guys. And one of them that I kept always looking at was that Pierce Flynn guy, because he's so fast. I think he has the highest pace on my team. 85 pace and 66 shooting for a 60 rated 21-year-old striker seemed pretty good to me. And I know Nep has been talking about, well, I need to get players with like specific attributes. It's not just necessarily the overall rating, which everybody says. And, if some players, pace doesn't matter in terms of their overall, but that doesn't mean that doesn't help them in the game. And so I started looking at my guys, and I was like, I wonder if they have these kind of like overwhelmingly positive attributes that may be more helpful than anything else. And the guy that I wanted to look at specifically was Mancia, because I was like, he's been very good this year. He's up to 66 overall. I think he started at 60. Yes, obviously started 64, but he was born at 20 at 59. So 59 to 66, like this is good development, but he's not like overly great at anything. Like 81 pace is good, certainly, but he's a left mid where I usually play him. Sometimes I play him at center mid. But 68 dribbling, not bad for a 66 overall, 67 passing, 72 shooting, 62 defending, and 47 physical. Like nothing's that great. And yet he's been my best player this year. And even Flynn as well. And for a striker, I guess, pace and shooting are the important ones. But I just don't have anyone that's like overly great. This, what is it, Emil? Yeah, Emil Ryu, who I would love to get back. Is this Jack's? Jack, I want to talk about this guy if you're watching this video at all. 81 dribbling and 67 passing, 57 shooting. He plays center mid, basically where I am. This Junkos guy, I don't know if I'll take him back. Oh, this is another Jax. But like Ryu is not my player. Junkos is not my player. Pham is not my player. Bertram is not my player. So like in terms of dribbling, passing, like everyone's fine. Of course, the top 2 guys are not my players. Shooting, these guys are all mine. So that's helpful. Like literally all of them: Mancia, Lyons, Byrne, Torres, Flynn, Pinto, and Camberry. Defending wise, my guys are fine. And physical, I mean, it's tough to like kind of put an opinion on that, other than Byrne being 35 physical, which feels like he plays 1 game and then he's too tired to play. But again, like I haven't taken the time to say like, oh man, I really could use like a faster left back or whatever, just because I just haven't gotten there yet. I'll be honest that I rely mostly on the overall ratings and just kind of like YOLO it and hope for the best. Sorry, I've been avoiding the chat here. Ben Johnson, what's up? Big Mr. K. Oh, the AI assistant. I'm addicted to checking progression. I find myself checking loaned out players matches on an evening now to see how they perform. I think we've all been guilty of that. HP Master, I have the same. Fidel Concha got 38 goals and assists in 21 games, but just +1 passing all season. Yeah. So it's wild because you're like, clearly he should be progressing more than like a +1 in passing. 38 goals and assists is nuts. Pace and shooting is pretty great. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. But I had to like step back and be like, okay, but this was my best team. I was hoping to get promoted. I'm still hoping to get promoted. And if I do, then these guys, I feel, at least for the most part, the guys that I have, and again, I'm hoping to get, maybe I'll pick up a few guys with the MFL that I win this season that would help me in ice. But I do feel like this team is better built to get maximum progression in ice. And so I'm just at the point now where I want to get out of Spark only so that I can start progressing these guys in ice and watching that. And I don't think it's competitive enough to win ice. And I'm not sure I'm going to like win the ice league that I will be in. And I don't think I'm going to make like drastic investments in order to do that in the first season. But I would love these guys to like progress and really take off. And if you see here, like I have, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. I think these are all mine. Yeah, they are. Oh no, Ungarano is not. But the other ones are Pinto, Samardzic, Stelmach, Norden, and Torres are all like in tier jail right now. And I was hoping they would get out of it before the season ended. Not that it really matters, other than it just makes me happy. But they just haven't gotten there. Lions did tier break this year, as did Mancia. And Byrne was born at a 65, so he's whatever. But it's really Liberte who was supposed to be the real progression club, because it's kind of mid-table now. Literally, I'm 6th out of 12th, but can finish as low as 9th. I play the 4th place team today in and they need to win in order to have a shot at progression. So I assume they'll come out full strength. My team is just not nearly as good. And, it is what it is. But it did feel like I was set up more for progression on this team. And of course, over the course of the season, I've had this Luis Moya, who's just had an absolutely fantastic season progression-wise. I got him in the middle of last season when I joined. So he only played the Redemption Cup. And then this season was his first season, like really playing. And he's been fantastic. And of course, and shout out to Bob Flynn, who is now here. Bob loaned me this Tony Colas at the beginning of the season and was like, hey, I just would like you to train him. Like he had no, I think it was was it 0 rev share? Let's see. And I don't think there was even a minimum playing yet. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure I'll play him. And he was very good. And let's see, he certainly leads the team in goals this year. Yeah. 14 goals in 14 starts. So I was slow to play him, to be honest, because I have two strikers. This is it Duvat Tashi and Ramon Pantoa. My plan was to play these guys all season, 53 and 54 rated respectively. Excuse me. Pantoa did have a +1 this season. But like I was going to play those guys, and I forgot the point of this team, and I played Colas. I think he scored like immediately after I played him, and I was like, man, I should play him more often because he is much higher rated than the others. And obviously he's the highest rated player on the team, so he could use with stronger teammates. But he's also been progressing really well. Like you see this, like 2 goals in this win, 2 in this one, 2 in this one. And his ratings are generally pretty good. Let's see. When did I actually like play him the first time? Yeah. So, hat trick in his first game. And it was like, oh, I should play this guy more often. So anyway, he, that's the idea of getting, like, the point of this team was to progress. And I've had significantly better progression in this team than the other. And what's funny about this is specifically these 2 guys. Where are they? Moya and Bustamante, who I think I've talked about before. But Moya's 27, Bustamante's 28. I got them at the same time. Like I think they were both. I don't know if they were both referral rewards or I don't know. But I had them in the Redemption Cup, and they were both 54 rated, and they seem very similar. Like Moya's, well, now he's 60 pace. I guess I could just look back. So Moya was 55 pace. Is this just this season? Yeah. 62 dribbling, 62 pace or passing, 41 shooting, 42 defending, and 64 physical. Thank God I can do this math quickly. And that was all like kind of better than Bustamante, but it wasn't that much more. And if I remember correctly, Bustamante scored or did something like early in the Redemption Cup. And that made me, or maybe it was in some friendlies. I don't know. Let's see. Can we go back? Redemption Cup. I guess he's played too much. I would love to be able to just like find. Here we go. So he had an assist in my last Redemption Cup game. As you can see, I didn't do that well in the Redemption Cup. But yeah, 2 assists in the Redemption Cup, and then an assist in the opening match this season against one of Nep's teams, which is dead last in this league. But I was like, oh, I had like high hopes for Diego Bustamante. And Moya was kind of just like the guy that played next to him. And of course, Moya absolutely takes off this season with his +5. And then I actually got a tear break this morning for me. Israel Sequeira finally broke through from 54 to 55. And of course, he's 28, which is just like, come on, man. And it's this guy, what do we think? Xavier Soler, 26 years old, has had a +3 this season, which is actually kind of crazy because he's only played 5 games. Because again, I play Colas or Pantoa or Tashi over him. I got this guy in a pack last week, I think. Yeah. And he's already gained a +2. And at 54 rated, like now he's in tier jail. And so I actually have a couple of these guys. So Sequeira broke through, but Bustamante, Johnson, Veerman, Pantoa, Hawkins, and Chevalier are all in tier jail right now. Chevalier was, as you can see, born at 52. Pantoa and Veerman were at 53, but Hawkins has not moved this season. Patrick Johnson has a +1 in shooting and a +1 in defending, but still stuck on 54. And Bustamante, absolutely nothing this season. While Moya, who I thought was not as good, +5, +6, +1, +1, +7, +4. Silly game, guys. It's a really silly game. Anyway, so, and this Alves guy, I also got last week, I think. I'm almost certain. Yeah, 5 games. And so this team is kind of the progression that I was expecting, not expecting from Empire. Obviously, I would have hoped for that from Empire, but this is the team that I thought would progress the most because it would be, 50 to, the idea was 50 to 58, I think. And then Colas was only 57 when he arrived. So it fit right in. And given that I was going to be mid-table, I thought, yeah, all of these guys are going to progress well because they're playing against good competition. And so I'm not going to get any of these like could benefit from better opponents, which, to be honest, I did get early in the season because there was Johnson has just been terrible in matches. He's probably a bad example. But there was a time where I was playing, I think I played like Pyramid Mags and Evo FC, the Cost Experiment here, and then maybe one of these other ones like in a row. And it was like I played all of these bad teams. And this is actually Bob's team. Which, Bob, did you pick this team up in mid-season? This wasn't yours to start. Like you didn't start this season with them. And I actually felt very bad about this. So I'm going to go on the assumption that Orange Academy was Bob picked up after the season started. But he was like, yeah, these are all my Academy players. As you can see, it's called Orange Academy. I know, that is a gorgeous bird. And what's kind of ironic about this is that Colas fits perfectly in this team. As you can, well, actually, maybe this is just his future Academy team, but like Colas would be perfect in this team. And instead he's in my team. And when I played Orange Academy, here it is, I won 3-0 and Colas had 2 goals. And MFL doesn't have a, like a loan clause where you can't play against your parent club. And so Colas played, and oh, interesting. That's so funny. I figured it was Colas. I didn't know that. I never even noticed Hawkins was 9.2. That's hilarious. Anyway, but Colas, scored 2 of the 3 goals against his parent club. And I felt bad about it for a little bit, but I needed the win. But what's funny is that this Liberte team, as you can see, I'm nowhere near the top. I'm nowhere near the promotion zone, if you will. But I see, you still want to win every match you play. And so today's match will be a tough one against the Canaries, who need to have their background removed. And then Sarpafasan is all of these really bad players. I was projected last, and you'll never believe it, I am not last, but that's only because this team was added late. But they might be as bad as me. And my 1 win is against them. And then I play them final game of the season. But yeah, a lot of L's for Sarpafasan. But again, the idea was like progression. And if I could get some of these guys into the 50s, then maybe they can move up to Empire FC. And I have seen some decent progression this year, some very good progression, not even decent. And again, these are all players who probably have very poor match ratings throughout the entire season because this team is really bad. But I have Marshall here +4, Betshert +3, who's my goalkeeper, Dari +3. And these are like young guys, 23, 21. And then this Fomenko guy has a +2 this season, but was born at a 44 and is just kind of like moving on up, even though he's already 29. Bummer, dude. But this is kind of the expectation that I had with these guys, at least, that I would see more progression, even with poor match ratings. And then, as you can see, like the team is, these guys theoretically have done enough to get into Liberte, because Liberte was like 50 to and above, basically 50 to 60. And from a performance standpoint, we've been really bad. Like this guy, Willie De Beer, leads my team and has 6 goals. Oof. This Mazzola guy has 2 goals. Is he third? Jeez. He's third with 2 goals, and I never play him because he's a right wing, left wing, and I don't have a single other winger. So most of these guys end up playing out of position because they were just my leftovers. But again, the progression has been really nice with some of these guys. Like Marshall, let's see here. So he's a 53 rated center back, which I don't think I need on Liberte. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I don't need center backs. So I have 52, 55, 52, 52. Like, I guess he really does fit. He could. Let me go back there. Hold on. The problem is that like these guys aren't any better. Whoops. Here we go. Is there no position? Yeah, there's not. Like these guys aren't good enough to get to Empire, but they're also maybe not as good as these. I don't know. We'll see. The idea is that just I would have constant movement from Sarpafasan up to Liberte up to Empire. But I think that there's starting to be a bit of a gap because Empire is much better than Liberte in terms of the rating that I want to get to, particularly if I get to ice with that team. And so it seems kind of unrealistic that these guys will get to the point where they'll be good enough for Empire to keep playing or to play, excuse me. Like Moya at a 59 is like decent, but he would be the lowest rated player on my team. And so is it even worth bringing him up? Or maybe we just try to get Liberte to get better and promote that way. I don't know. We'll see. And then obviously we have Patron Saints, who are in a world of trouble today. We play third place Riders Academy, who can still get. Oh, Josh, what happened? Hi, Josh. Sorry. Josh, who do you play today? Narcos Jr. just beat us. Let's see. Narcos play Tangier. Oh, so that's actually a tough one. And then, Josh, you're done. You've played your 20 matches. Wow. Oh, that's killer. Yeah. So for as you can see, Patron Saints, we are 10th right now. Treco plays Khan's Chicken, which is a winnable game, but who knows? We obviously will lose on goal differential. But Patron Saints we're at the point where we're just hoping we don't actually get relegated. That Ice League 12 makes me feel like we will definitely get relegated, because I assume Spark League 24 will certainly be fine. But the issue that we had with Patron Saints is it was like a team of not so much leftovers, because there are some like decent players here. I don't feel like this team is so bad that it's like a relegation in ice, but obviously we are. I guess we just entered kind of a tougher league. And as you see here over the season, nobody's been playing particularly well. Again, we're like dead last. But I think we're going to have a much better time next year once we know like what we're doing. But from a progression standpoint, and that was part of it, it's been really good. One of this is Cristiano Mata, who is Toby's guy. Toby, still think we might be fine in 10th, depending on how they do promotion relegate. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, this guy Mata has absolutely flown this season. Again, this is just the current season. He's +6 overall. I don't believe that he was on our team. Let's see, was he? No. Yeah. So he was on a different team with Toby's, and Toby was like, he's too good now because of this progression, going from 54 to 60 in the season. +5 in pace, +7 in dribbling, +8 in defending. Man, that's awesome. But again, sort of the point of this team was both progression and MFL. It's 100% rev share amongst the people who are in my Patreon. Again, patreon.com/Andrew M. Laird if you want to get in. And I'm hoping we can have that everybody can contribute one player for next season. And I'm hoping it's not in Spark and we have to kind of fight our way back up. But this Sharp guy is mine, Jonathan Sharp, who has had some solid progression this season and plays a position left wing back that I absolutely never play in any other team, which is super frustrating. But we've got Block at +3, Parrott at +2, Navarro at +2, now Menko +2, and then a bunch of +1s and some, it's been fairly successful from a progression standpoint. Like these guys tend not to play that much. And so it's understandable that they don't have anything. This Dallin guy, has he played this year? 6 games. I don't even remember. Maybe that was the cup. I don't know. But like literally everyone has progressed except our backup goalkeeper, meaning at least in one, is Salah. Toby, did you sell Salah? Why did I think that was you? Salah was yours. I guess not. Oh no, that's see it, save it. Sorry. But anyway, Cena actually played a lot. He just sucks and I hate him. Oh. Well, let's see. How did everyone do? Yeah, Beck and Naumenko are 2 strikers. Obviously, they're going to score most of the goals, but really they're the only ones scoring. We just must have gotten into a really tough league. I mean, we obviously did. Josh was showing us like 45, 45, 44, 37. And the bottom here, this Treco team is way too good to be down here. I don't know what's going on with them. But yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, and Josh told me like early on, he was like, I might be able to rotate my team against you at the end of the season for an easy 3 points. And then he rope-a-doped us and didn't. So yeah. I think the progression between teams idea works really well if it's towards a static rating, because everyone progresses, they still get left behind. Yeah, I mean, it's not everybody's going to stay, or not everybody's going to progress up the teams. But I do like kind of the way that I set it up of like Sarpafasan to Liberte to Empire. And again, that's not where I wanted to go. The best players that I have are not on my team. And so I would love to be able to see them. It's going to take me a while for Freeman and Udo to be in a team that I can play. But if I get up to ice next year, bringing in Raphael Porter and Engelhart and Hendricks, like I don't think they're probably, I mean, they're, as you can see, like Porter is in stone right now, as is Udo, and Freeman's in bronze. Shout out to All Cox AC. And But like Engelhart, Hendricks, and Stefanescu are in ice right now. So if I get promoted, like I would want those guys in my team. Um, are they too good for ice? Maybe. I don't know. But as you can see, Engelbert finally got a ratings boost. This was all like last year playing. I forget who he played for last year. Was it the same team? No, Belgrave Galaxy. What's funny is that he's not a goal scorer. He's not much of a passer. 2 goals and 5 assists in 17 matches, but um, but he's fine. I feel like as a cam, he should be better than that. That's what he is, right? Yeah, cam and right mid. But I would love to be able to like play those guys. Like that's the biggest reason I want to get promoted right now is so that I can take these guys that I got and actually use them. From a striker perspective, I have way too many of them now. If I do move up though, because if I keep Hendricks, Lyons, Pinto, and then all of a sudden Flynn is like, oh, maybe he has to go to Liberte, where he'll be the best player, but maybe it's okay. Maybe at 21, it's all right. And then this Duran guy, I got somewhere, pack drop maybe. Yeah, he was fine. Oh yeah, I got him this year. Born at 25. And then the Sierra guy I also got in a pack drop before the season started, and it just threw him into Patron Saints. So maybe one of these guys, maybe Flynn goes to Patron Saints, depending where we end up. But that's really just what I want. That's what I'm looking for. Jimbo, thanks for coming in. Good luck on the footy. I actually had, now that Jimbo's leaving, I can say this. I was thinking of a new, like, what would be the most offensive club names for Jimbo specifically? Like if I had a new club and I was like, hey, could you look at my team? And he has to like pull it up on stream. And I called it something like AC Soccer Inter United Football Club or something like that. Just get soccer in there somewhere, but then kind of play along with the whole other naming mechanisms that they use. Those are the things I think about sometimes. Anyway, Josh said 2-3-2 losses to Narcos and Tangiers meant the buffer had dissolved. Oh, that's a killer. That's a killer. That's kind of how I felt with Empire for a bit. But yeah, so looking at like the progression of these guys, and as I said, the Engelhart finally got. Oh, I still had striker. Sorry. Ipswich Soccer. That's a good one. That's a good one. Anyway, so like Freeman got up to +2 this season. He's been very good, as has Udo. Udo actually, because he's now 76, tier broke this season. Started at 74, now is a 76. Engelhart is at +2 for the season, and those came relatively recently. Obviously, one came today. And then I think those are all the guys that I have on loan because I keep pretty much everyone else. Yeah. But like Porter has not progressed a single attribute, a single stat this season. Neither is Hendricks, neither is Stefanescu. Pinto, just that +1. And from a performance standpoint, like Hendricks has 13 goals in 18 games in ice. And you're kind of sitting there like, shouldn't that be good enough to get some progression? But the answer is no. No, it's not. I'm not sure Hendricks has ever progressed. Did I get him? Oh, I got it. So I got him. Yeah, at 66, and he went up to 67. And this isn't like a shot at Club Boas here. Like they're doing what they can. They're obviously playing him. He's in good form, thriving in training. You can't really ask for much more. He did have 2 goals in their last game. GG's. So there's that. Yeah. Williams said I might be playing Calva in the playoffs. Getafe MFC, bronze 14. And Calva's in bronze 13, first versus second to win the title on the last day. Little Getafe started in stone. Going to be a cool story no matter what. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. It felt brutal this year, I have to say. Yeah, I'm sure. But you're still in it, Josh. Still in it. Don't worry. Wait, no. Patron Saints. Like you're guaranteed at least a shot at promotion, Josh. So there's that. One thing I did well last season was move on the players that didn't move. Can't be hanging around for a maybe. What do you think? So that's one of the things that I find so funny. Like the players that haven't progressed, everyone's like, "Oh, that does that mean they will never progress?" And people are like, "No." And you're like, "Okay, well, this guy hasn't progressed, so I'm just not going to play him." And it's like, "Oh, okay," or I'm not going to keep him. That's the best thing about the progression is that we just have no idea. Some guys just wait a little while, and then once they start progressing, they just take off. Yeah, got to wait for the late bloomers. That's right. But I'm in a little different position, I think, because of the of the players I got, I'm basically trying to keep my players. Like I really I've never bought a player on the secondary market. The only time I've acquired players were in that trade for what was his name? Viquez, Minor Viquez. Let's do something really painful and see how he's doing this year. I wonder if there's a quicker way to do this. Let's see. Name, yeah. Minor Viquez, who is now on trust process. I think he was 71 rated when maybe he wasn't that high. Yeah. Oh, he was higher. Excuse me. What has he done this year? So +1 this year. He's 86 in dribbling, +2, +1 in physical. And performance-wise, let's see. I don't even know what club this is. Trust the Process Kiev, which is in iron, which is 6th in iron. Wow, that is a tight league in the middle, at least. 32, 31, 30, 4, 5, 6. Third is 35. So I guess that's well, actually, Southern Fire, I guess, could still get there. But let's see, where did Viquez go? 3 goals, 5 assists in 21 matches. Nothing crazy, I guess. Are they a low scoring team? 46 goals? Not really. Ron, what's up? We don't have any late bloomer case studies yet. After we get some, I think the community mindset will shift. That's fair. Yeah. There's a whole lot of we don't know. But anyway, so I gave up this player, Minor Viquez, 22-year-old right mid, who's fairly good. Well, he's very good at dribbling. And then in exchange, I got, let's see, Mancia, who's now up to 66. Lions, who is stuck on, or actually who just tier broke recently. Started at 61 back when he was 18, but then he tier broke this season. I got Laird, my goalkeeper, who, progressed +1, but has started at 59, is now at 62. Not for me. Strauss, my backup keeper. I think that was it. Strauss, Laird, Lions, Mancia. I feel like there was one other. There was definitely one other. Torres. Torres is the other. Who has done nothing and was very good for me at one point. He was my starting cam for a bit, and then I kind of stopped playing it. But yeah, 12 goals and 7 assists in 15 games last year, absolutely crushed it. And now just 8-3 and 13 this year. Maybe I'm just not playing him enough. He's got good, that could just be it. Thriving in training, good form, and yet I don't play him that much. And he just recently got 8 goals, 2 assists in 10 Spark games. The problem is that I play excuse me, sorry. So I was playing Torres sporadically when I played a cam. The reason I was not playing a cam that much is because I had the highest rated players on my team were center mids. Famryu, who again are not my players, and Bertram, who I actually played as a CDM. So when I did play a cam, I would play Torres, but I just didn't play them a lot. And then I just got this Burn guy who is technically overall rated higher. But I'm guessing they're actually quite similar. Let's see. Can I do it this way so I can see the header? Here we go. So Burn is slower considerably. Better dribbler by 7. So yeah, better dribbler by 7. Passing is basically the same. Shooting is basically the same. He's a horrific. Burn is a horrific defender versus Torres, and he's not nearly as physical. And so it's kind of like one of these weird things. And actually, Junkos isn't even that different. Let's see. I guess his shooting is much worse. But when you look at two players like this, like I don't does the defending even count for cams? Probably not, right? Or it's minimal. So when you look at it, Burn is 66 rated, Torres is 64. Torres is faster, doesn't dribble quite as well, passes about the same, shoots about the same, defends significantly better, and is much more physical. And yet I assume it's this 7-point gap in dribbling, which is why he's two points back. Let's see. Torres 10,608. Shout out Neps Anthony Cornelis here. Cornelis, as he says. So if he just had the passing of Burn, which is what, 60? No, not the passing. Excuse me, the dribbling. So a +7 in dribbling, which obviously is not like going to be that easy. And then all of a sudden he's the same. Now, again, getting 7 dribbling points is kind of absurd, but he's gotten basically nothing. Oops. Yeah, Torres has gotten nothing this season. While Burn, who I've had for a week and a half, has gotten a +2 in passing and a +1 in shooting. William said, I honestly think people are undervaluing MFL. Even McBride sold his silver team at 0% rev share, guaranteed 50,000 MFL. 50,000 MFL almost pays for the team straight away at a 350 sale. I just don't think enough people think about MFL to dollars. What did the silver team go for? Because I'll be honest, I do look at the market quite a lot, but only for clubs. I really have lower interest in players, mostly because I have so many players. But what was it? A silver club? What does the cheapest silver club go for? 300, or at least that, listed for 300. 7 trophies, 78,000 MFL. I think my favorite thing about this is people saying like, as if the 7 trophies matter. But anyway, this team will finish 7th most likely. Could finish, actually could get all the way up to 5th, 4th, 6th. They won't pass Seoul. So 6th in silver pays what? Why can't I see the MFL here? So 6th in silver. Why won't it give me the... I actually forgot to... Oh, Bob bought McBride's team. $325? All right. If I can get to silver, I legit feel like it's sustainable. Even if I get 31-year-olds, just survive and hit the 50K MFL. Need to go to the info tab. Oh, okay. I feel like it was just always on the side there. But anyway, so 6th is, 51,000 MFL. So 50,000 MFL gets you a decent amount. I guess 10 uncommon players if you want. Although these are new now, right? Aren't they changed? Does anybody have a link to that of what they're changing them to, the reward packs? One of those things I should know and I just don't. But yeah, that's another thing that I haven't really thought about much is So I currently have 4,656 MFL. That was just from basically the Redemption Cup and something else. Um, and yeah, so Bob, did you buy that club because of the 0% rev share? Like that's actually kind of wild. Like this team, where did that go? What's the rev share? Could be 0. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, so this one's 0. How much did they want for this one? To get 7th. What was 7th in silver get? 48,000. And he was 3rd at the time. I think people overvalue MFL when talking long term. MFL is in a boom right now. When growth stops, I think the MFL, the dollar value gets worse. So, Tom, I'm glad you brought that up. And that's actually something that I wanted to talk about. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to do like a full stream on it, but we're 57 minutes in right now. And so it's probably a good discussion to have with those who are still paying attention because, you guys are the hardcore ones. One of the things that I've noticed amongst my own referrals, and obviously MFL, I'm an MFL affiliate now, and so every time somebody signs up with my referral link, I get something from MFL, and they do that for everyone who gets over 30, and I will say that the number of referrals that I'm getting now has slowed considerably, like really considerably. And so I think that that's probably actually much healthier for MFL right now. The number of people who joined during this little period that after I joined, basically everyone I know signed up. And not everyone I know, but like everyone that would be in my sphere of influence, I think, signed up. And so that was really exciting because it's all these people now who are kind of new to MFL and have grown to absolutely love this game and will continue to play it and have a great time with it. But I do think that we're not going to see this kind of like sustained growth of that speed, which is actually much healthier for everything. Now that we're kind of going back to it's not a trickle, but this slower growth allows for more market stability and more understanding of like what is actually happening with these players. And I always said that first Spark season was always going to be very weird because there are people who are doing everything they can to get out of Spark immediately. I'm somebody that probably went higher than I should have, and I'm not even winning my league. But I think we're probably going to see fewer people doing this. Not to say that you won't be in a league where somebody's like, "Oh, I'm just going to, get a bunch of rare rare probably not, get a bunch of uncommon players and blast my way out of Spark." But I think it won't be nearly as dramatic anymore. Which again, I think is what we're going to get. Josh said sustainable growth over boom and bust, but you can still boom and follow that up with sustainable growth. SR Monkey, what's up? Jack Daniels, I got to talk to you. Probably not right here, but we'll see. Diamond Team was bought for $5K yesterday. Wow. Oh, here we go. Bob said, yes, because of the 0 rev share. I plan to take the MFL, buy packs to sell them on Floaty, and possibly sell the team. I have a second silver club as well as the platinum club. All right. That's fair. But that is one thing that I haven't really thought about yet, is like how I'm going to spend my MFL. Like I said, I'm at like 4,600 right now, but I'm going to get a ton more. The one that I got, I know there's like a website that does this for me, but I believe, here we go. So Freeman is on 5% for a bronze team, and I believe Alcox are in first. They are. They've won the league. They actually just lost in the cup final, which was like absolutely crushing. But just from this one alone, Let's see. What does the winner of bronze get? 46,000 MFL. So, that's 2,300 MFL just from one player. And so now it's like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Whether I'm going to, that's not my team, whether I'm going to spend it on reward packs or save it or what. That's the thing I really need to figure out. Does anyone have, if anyone in the live chat, can you share the link of the new reward pack numbers, like costs and everything? I can't, like, somebody sent, I saw it once and now I can't find it because I thought it was different than this. And aren't they like guaranteed to be, like, aren't the uncommons guaranteed to be, is it 65 to 70 or is it 70 to 74? I don't know. Josh said, so I slightly disagree because the rewards lag so far behind the increase in users. I don't think players can be supplied fast enough to keep player prices stable in that period of boom. No, so I'm not saying that now. Obviously, prices were not stable during the boom. But what I'm saying, like, from now moving forward, now that I don't think, it feels inevitable post-boom that there will be a regression towards a place slightly higher than the prices before the boom. Yeah, see, I'm not sure it's going to be that close to the and you did say like slightly higher than the prices before the boom, but I'm not sure we're going to get closer to that, to be honest. I think, again, the $1 players, are they back? Like, do we have $1 players? No. Like, I don't think the $1 players ever come back, or if they do, that they're scooped up immediately. Man, these guys are really bad, as they should be. 52 rated, 27-year-old goalie for $2. What a world. 30, 28. Yeah. $1 players disappear in 15 seconds. Yeah. William said, I have a bulk buyer that will buy my common packs for $350. I'm happy to instant sell them all. Wow. And then use the profits on individual players? I can use the profits from pack sales in order to buy the higher tier cards I need to compete in Platinum. There simply aren't that many available, so it takes planning and long-term goals to improve. That makes sense. I do wonder if the premiums on the packs will lessen, as opposed to just like player prices. I'll be honest, because I don't because I don't buy players on the market and I don't buy packs, I find it very difficult to like opine on the market, even though I'm very interested in what happens. Tom said, I'd love to skip forward 10 seasons and see what the MFL is like when we have as many players retiring as are generated. Yeah, that obviously the retirements are going to be able to. Thomas Zarita makes me look at these players and think they're a bargain. Who's Thomas Zarita? Should I know who that is? I'm guessing I should. Oh, that's Dardo Zarita. Can't I like... Oh, scouting. That's where I gotta go. Look at you with the ID. Love it. Can I just click on the player page and put it in? I can. Let's go. Oh my. .64 rating. Thomas would benefit from facing stronger opposition, is training at a decent level, but his teammates aren't pushing enough to maximize his potential. I feel like that's a lie. 65 to 70 in one season? Yeah. Did this guy... Yeah. Oh, so this guy's a gallery buyer, huh? That's fun. Anyway, if that isn't maximizing potential, I'd be terrified to see what it is. Yeah, totally. Like, what the heck? Anyway, William said, I do that and I buy $2 players for my 12 ice clubs. So it just works. $2 players are good enough to help you stay in ice. A couple seasons that might go away though, because all those like barren ice clubs are going to move down to Spark. I really hope enough of those do that so that Patron Saints don't get relegated. Oh, that would just be a killer. Just a killer. But yeah, so it's weird because like I know there are like gigantic parts of this game that people analyze all the time that I just like don't I don't take any time to look into. And that's kind of one of the reasons I love the game so much. Only the bottom two, I think, will go down maximum. Yeah, I need them. I need just the bottom one to go down. Bottom two going down would be tough because we're definitely going to be in the bottom two. But maybe there's a redemption arc here. I'll send a nice player to the Patron Saints next season. Thanks, SR Monkey. It's more just like what happens if we're in Spark. That kind of changes everything. But this team has existed since the beginning, which is part of the reason we did it. Remember, it's an 11-team league, though. Does that make it better or worse? I feel like it's worse. Why don't you get MFL when drawing in the cup? Just because you don't. So you can have one promotion with no one being relegated. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Okay, so that helps. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so send OKFC down and bring us 2 more teams and keep Patron Saints in there. Easy. And Josh, we'll see you when we get up later. Ben, I've fallen in love with MFL. Same, man. It's really fun. It's really fun. I genuinely didn't think I would have this much fun playing this game. And maybe it's because I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll feel very differently if I don't hold on to this second place or if I lose some like crushing promotion game. Sid, what's up? Sid won 2 cups yesterday. GG's to Sid. Maybe he lost him to Josh. It felt less fun yesterday when I lost both cup finals by 1 goal. Yeah. Where did I think I made it to the quarters? Yeah. Where did I? Here we go. FC Tiki Taka, who immediately lost. Oh, I guess they lost to the one who won it. Viking Nuts was in my group, I think. Do I remember that correctly? Yeah. I even won the group. Oh. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, there's Flynn with 7 goals. See? And there's Mancia. Bob said the morning emails about progression are one of the best parts of my day. That's funny because I actually don't get those. And I don't know. I kind of like the surprise of like going to the site and seeing them. Not that like the email can't surprise you, but I don't know. But I get it. Not going to lie, if I get relegated, I'll buy another 10. Another 10 teams, clubs. My whole mass was based on 1,000 MFL when they upped the rewards to 2K. Benna said, trying to get some loans in for next season is proving tough, though. I think most people will be more open about it after the season. Like I got a couple pre-contract offers, and I'm like, I'm not ready to do that yet, especially since I have to talk to Jack Daniels about these 2 players. Like I would understand if he doesn't want me to have these guys anymore because they barely progressed this season. But they were really important to my team. But again, like maybe I'll get a CM when in the reward pack. And we'll see. Ron's sending me someone else. Who we got here? Oh, this guy. I love this guy. This almost doesn't even count. Is there a way I can like click in? There we go. Huh, that's weird that it doesn't have like the dots. But yeah, the idea of putting somebody in the development center at 26 is like wild to me. And oh, there it is, finally loaded. But yeah, this is insane. Insane. I'm trying to work out a deal for Leal. Hopefully Daniels responds today. I'm not agreeing to any loans until next Tuesday. Yeah, that's how the way I look at it. But yeah, this Ron, I assume this is like the biggest progression ever. But also like a player I would never. I initially read this as that he had gained 78 defending. Like, oh man, that is nuts. I want to see these underlying stats here. Can I search just the development center guy? Contract. Ron's got 1,500 players. What are you up to, Ron? I guess we'll find out in a second when this 1,551. Here he is. So plus 39. My God, you have a plus 28. He's only 25. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Marek Lezinsky. So Quan has plus 8 in pace. Could work on that. Plus 32 in dribble. Plus 52 in passing. Come on. Plus 82. Excuse me. Plus 25 in shooting. Plus 22 in defending. Plus 52 in passing. This is so funny. Like, this is why we play the game. Because maybe one day you will open a Hyung Bin Kwan, 26-year-old. Is he finally done in the dev center? Yeah, so you'll get him next year. Ron, I assume you know exactly where he's going next year. Man. Plus 39. This is plus 27. Yeah, I mean, again, when you have 1,500 players, you're bound to get a few guys who progress. What did he do this season? Just a plus 7. You had a goalie that plus 16. Did I really see that? Plus 16. 21 years old. Look at you. Already bald. Poor guy. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. I wish we did have some sort of goalie. I know it like messes up the look, but it's always weird to see like goalies get nothing. Man. Plus 16. Oh, these are all in the dev center. This is the commercial for the dev center right here. Wow. This is just the current season. Would you like it if after they retire, it tells you what their hidden potential was? Oh, that would be so dirty. But yeah, I do. I would love that. Like if you were better at this game, you would have had a Quan, but instead, you've got a Samardzic, who's my guy. Yeah, literally dev center for the win. That's awesome. Hagel, you came up in one of Nep's videos the other day. I don't remember what league you're in with him. He was like, "Oh, this Hagel was ahead of him," and I was like, "I know that name." David said, "I suggested that the other week. I think it would be so cool to see what we could have had. It's like really cool until it's amazingly painful, and you're just like, oh." Or you like yell at somebody who had the player that you bought. And you're like, they could have been so much better. Not that we do that, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. Be funny if Quan got the retirement badge the day he's released from jail. Not fun for Ron. I was going to say, like, Ron, do you remember getting him? But, like, why would Ron remember getting some random 49-year-old, there's 49 rated Korean center mid when you've got 1,500 players? Maybe I should get some players from Ron. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, big game today. When is this game? 2 hours or so from now. I was going to live stream it, but then I wasn't sure if Jimbo was going to live stream today over for what the Wendirk. And he just said he's off to play football. Maybe he's going to get back in time. My games happen before he streams anyway, but yeah, I didn't want to start to stream and then have him start because I just prefer to watch him. But yeah, big one for Empire today. What's the easiest way for me to figure out who I would be playing? Well, maybe I shouldn't get ahead of myself as if like that matters how I think. I'm excited for the new packs. Yeah, that was again. Does anybody have that like notification of what the new packs are? Like the new reward packs? Latest articles. I don't think it's in here. I don't know. Trey, what's up? I learned missed this content. Would love to know if you agree players should have a way to develop alternate positions. Only center forward player can get striker positioning through dev. I don't. I get it. I get it. Hoping for 42 for Quan. Years old, Ron? I feel like if that happens, they should just rename the game Quan Football League. I currently earn $350 a month from my teams, but going to get relegated eventually. So going to have to pivot for more teams to add to the MFL missed only if the math makes sense. So you're saying you make $350, I assume that's dollars, a month from your reward packs and then selling those packs? The main focus was 0% rev share for loans. Yeah, I mean, all the loans that I have are 0% right now, meaning the loans that players that I took in, I was fortunate, like people were fortunate, or I was fortunate, excuse me, enough that there were people who were willing to give me 0% guys because I really didn't want to give up too much, but I ended up needing these guys. Like they became very important. Ryu, like Jack, I don't finish where I am without these guys. And so they're important. Oh yeah, 23, 24. Like I would totally understand if Jack doesn't want these guys. I actually don't know. Jack's iron, stone, 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 stone. Jack, I had no idea you had this many clubs. For some reason, I thought it was like 5. You'd see, you do have Spark and Ice. Like those guys could go there. Bunch of ice teams, actually. These are cool, cool logos. The Wild Frogs. Huh. Yeah, I like those. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary to figure out a way to develop like alternate positions. I don't necessarily love the idea of like targeted progression. I like the unknown. There are other games where you can do that. for MFL specifically, I like the unknowns of the game. That's what makes it a game for me. Way to be, Jack. So we'll see. We'll see. That's all I got today, I think. Yeah, that's all I got. I was kind of going back and forth between whether I wanted to keep doing live streams or just do kind of pre-recorded videos. I kind of like the kind of wandering nature of live streams. And so that's why I do them. But if you guys are looking for more kind of like pre-recorded, less more structured, not as long videos, I'm certainly open to it. And so, yeah, just let me know. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would ask that you do so, just to, make me feel better, get a few more people to watch the videos, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. And yeah, good luck to everybody on the last day of the season for those who are, or at least, the regular season, if you will. And good luck for those fighting for promotion, fighting against relegation, or just fighting for more MFL. Good luck to everyone, even though we can't all win. And we'll see. I might do another one tomorrow, depending on how today. Well, can I do tomorrow? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But more to come. So make sure you subscribe and get all the videos that come out. Thanks everyone for coming. Good luck. And please make sure you get outside.